Hello again, and sorry about that. I had to just contact our guest today and see what has happened. He just got back to me and he said that he's available to get online. So let's hope that he can get connected this time. Wasiu, please do enter our live here so we can start our conversation with you. All right. There we go. Hi. Hi, Wasiu.
Hi.
How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm good.
I'm glad that you could get connected.
Yeah. It was due to the fact that there was a little bit kind of problem with the connection. So also at the same time, there was no light, so I have to make available lights ready. So that's just the thing. Okay.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much
Yeah.
for making it today.
All right. Yeah. You're welcome. You're welcome. Yeah. Yeah.
All right. I gave a very long introduction before you joined us, so I'm
Okay.
not going to talk anymore. But let me give my quick introduction, and then I will let you to introduce yourself. I'm
Okay.
Choreographer. I'm the founder of Flower Society. It's a nonprofit organization that enhances health through art and creativity. And we have been operating since 2015 for 5 years in the city of Calgary, Canada. And so far we have held educational art programs as well as various public arts events and projects. And we also have an educational YouTube channel. It's in Persian. It's called 1001 Chat. And that's mainly because the Persian community has been very supportive of our activities. So we have dedicated an entire department to the Persian speakers. So if you go through our content here on Instagram, you will also notice that some of our content is in Persian. But since the pandemic has started, we have started this new project with getting connected with artists from all around the world and asking them to come and share their stories with us so we could also get to know them and maybe collaborate with them in the near future. So today we have Wasiu, a dancer and choreographer from Nigeria. All right, Wasiu, please go ahead, introduce yourself, tell us where you're living, what are you doing, working on, and I'll go through the questions as
Well, my name is Wasiu Eniola Ibrahim. I'm a dancer and also a choreographer from Nigeria. Um, so I've been dancing for over 15 years now, so professionally to say. So I just take dance as my life more than as a passion. And if I would just have to say that, so that's just that. So I live in Lagos in the southwest, so from Nigeria. So then I think for that, so I just I can say about myself now. So maybe I can answer that question. Yeah.
well. Sure, yeah. All right, so why and how did you started dancing? And since what age have you started dancing? Actually?
Um, I started dancing for a very quite a long time, and then I think when I was in the secondary school, at the age of 11 years, I guess, 11 years old. So because here in Nigeria, we have some difficulties because dance, dance arts, like it is not a kind of thing that is really well known here in Nigeria. So like sports is really very well known, but to dance, all parents don't want their kids to become a dancer. maybe they wanted to become, some other thing. So I find, passion in dance. So I think that's what really, triggered my interest. So then I started dancing right from my school. Then, like I started dancing at that age, then up to this time. Yeah.
Wow. And what kind of dance do you do?
Um, my style of dance, uh, it is like, African and contemporary dance. Let me just say that it is about, I use dance as a communication art. Okay. So I would say it is kind of a dramatic or a kind of a dance theater kind of dance that I do. So, using my body language, that's, to pass on message, so something of that nature. But I started dance, I started with Nigerian traditional dances because here in Nigeria, our culture is so vast. So we have a versatile, culture, and each cultural activity has its own dance. So from there, I started dancing. I learned, different kind of a cultural dance style. Yeah, then so that's really triggered me for me to learn more. Then expression. Then from there, I learned how to express myself through, a contemporary dance art. So I would say my style of dance is, dance theater. Yeah, so that kind of dance I do. Yeah.
Yeah, I actually looked at some of the videos of your dance and was learning more about the different styles that you were dancing. And I think your recent works are quite interesting. I hope that we will go and check out your page and see those works that you have done.
Yeah. Sorry,
All right, good.
I didn't really understand that. You
Which
said
part?
some kind of what you just asked me right now, so it's not really clear to me.
No, I just made a comment about your dance.
Oh, okay, fine, okay, sure, yeah.
So, with you, as I mentioned, here at Louder Society, we put our focus on the health benefits that any creative activity can bring for us, and I'm really glad that we have you here as a dancer because this is my next question to you. Do you believe that your dance actually affects your health or helps your health in general?
Okay, yes, dance has really helped me so much, health wise. It has really helped me a lot. I would say, I could remember some time whereby, then I was really down. I think I could not be able to move my hands, and I felt, what is wrong? Then I went to my doctor. Then he told me that I think maybe if I could engage myself into more activities, more because like maybe I like that, but maybe lacking in that kind of aspect. Okay, but I tried to tell my doctor that like no, like I've been doing dance, but he said maybe I need to do more, like because maybe or like he gave me some little drugs to use, like but I couldn't feel okay. Then I have to because I felt that I need to maybe try different kind of a method, maybe some dance exercises or maybe aerobics or something of that nature. So then after some time, gradually I keep on doing what I have to do, most especially more on stretching, then more on working more, that's all part of my body, my hands and my leg. Then I find it so much interesting, like, wow, this is so good. Then I could be able to move my hands very well, the veins, then the legs and everything. Then it really gets more interesting to me to be doing every time. So I woke up early in the morning, then from my house, jog around, do some exercises. Then like I felt so much span on my back and on my hands as well. So I felt so good because dance has really helped me a lot, so much because sometimes you know before I started dancing, if I do some exercises just to say, I first that's the sweat coming out from my body, taste that salty sometimes. Then after more exercises, then I couldn't feel it salty anymore. So then because it seemed that I've done a lot of dance, activities that expand my vein, then my body, and then I couldn't feel anything that I couldn't feel any pains. I couldn't feel anything on my leg. I feel so normal. Then I feel more. I get that the agility to do more dance. So I would just say, dance has really helped me so much. Healthy. It kept me so much whereby I couldn't feel anything. I've never been to my doctor for so long now. I couldn't even remember when I've gone to the hospital, or maybe just to check some things. Either maybe I'm having a headache, or maybe body pain, or maybe back pain, or maybe waist pain, because I could just have to tell you that this thing has become part of my life, and now I feel good, and I feel so much strong. I would say I'm really so happy to be a dance artist. Yeah.
Yeah. That's why I really wanted to have you here today for this live, because so far you are the first dancer that we are interviewing, or dance artist,
Okay.
because especially when I talk about health and creativity, health and art, most of the times people kind of get puzzled face. They are like, "What do you mean? How is art is related to health?" And I never just say that it's particularly just mental health, because I see health as physical, mental, and emotional health. And that's why I have just use the word health as a general word for talking about physical, mental, and emotional health together. But most artists who are not doing physical activity, they do not understand the physical part of it. They think that, okay, if I'm writing, or if I'm if I'm a poet and I'm writing some poetry, or if I'm a visual artist and I am painting paintings or making sculptures, or or if I'm a musician, even musicians don't see that that much of physical activity, because when they're playing their instrument, the position is always the same. It's not so much of the entire body activity.
Yeah.
And I really wanted to hear this from a dance artist who is actually experiencing this, practicing this on a regular basis, and knows the difference, knows that actually it does make a huge difference in your life when you have that physical activity, and particularly in the dance form, because we can work out every day, but
Yeah.
it's not giving the same feeling that dance gives you.
Yes, of course.
It's different. Dance brings joy. Working out every day, it just keeps you, maybe you can just maintain your health and be generally a healthy person physically, but it does not necessarily give you the joy.
Yeah, yeah,
You know,
you're right.
as you mentioned about your dance activities, that as you started doing more, you started realizing maybe you just feel better. It just feels like you are capable of doing more physical activities and pushing your boundaries and pushing your abilities that maybe you didn't have before, like stretching. The more you stretch, then you realize you can do so many different poses and activities in your dance moves that you couldn't do it before. So it's really good that you mentioned that. I'm really glad that you shared that with us.
All right, thank
All
you.
right, thank you. So, does your dance have a theme? Actually, do you see if dance would have a particular theme?
um, yes. Because for me, I'm an activist. Okay. Maybe because of my background, to say, most of my dance is just about human. It's about life, just to say, about hopes, about how um, we can be, just about, let me just say, about life, about human feelings,
Mm-hmm.
generally about life, just to say, because I could remember one of the dance production I did some times ago. I titled it Path. Paths, the kind of, it leads to different kind of ways. It could lead you to a wrong path. It will lead you to a good path. It will lead you to that, to something that you want to achieve in life. So then I would say that the thing just about let me just say about life, just to say, But I don't know, maybe if I get your that's your question correctly. But I don't know, maybe if I'm answering what you're asking me. But
Yeah.
yeah, I think so. That is just kind of what I feel. So most of my theme basically is on life, just to say about life, our human existence. So
Okay. Human.
say yes, human existence, just to say
Nice. Beautiful.
yeah.
So how would you show that? Like, do you show the human existence through very dramatic dance?
Yes, like my style is the dance theater.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the time I use objects to
Uh-huh.
like kind of try to portray what I'm doing. For
Mm-hmm.
instance, if I meant to like maybe war or
Mm-hmm.
like love or something like that, sometimes you can use a red cloth. Red, you can use it for love, you can use it for war, you can use it for something that. So I use the object like that. That's to design. So that the feelings of what I'm portraying. So that's to
Mm-hmm.
people, that's to the audience. Then white is being used for some other thing, black, other kind of thing like that, objects, costumes, so things of that nature. So those are kind of things that I use. And sometimes, because I'm an African man, and if I'm doing some of my dance, I use maybe a dance that has to do with spirituality. Um, for instance, when we just talk about purity. When you talk about purity, that's to my African background. I use water in a calabash, for instance. That's to pour libation. That's for the cleanness, something of that nature. So I don't know, maybe you understand what I'm talking about. Are you
Yes,
kind of,
yeah, yeah.
yeah, so things of that nature, so those kind of things that I do. So like I use objects that to portray that the feelings that are coming from me. So that kind of a thing. Yeah.
That's very nice. Like, so do you pour the water when you dance too, or you use it in the stage in the background?
No, that water, I use that one as an example.
Okay.
Example of like using an object that's to portray the feelings, the
Mm-hmm.
dramatic kind of dance I'm doing. For
Mm-hmm.
instance, I may mention about libation. Libation that's to purify the land. To libate, that's to pay homage to the elders of the land. That's
Mm-hmm.
the ancestors. So they're using the libation like that. Calabash, so like a kind of a place like that. So it is made of a mold kind of a things there in the back in Africa. So that I'm just trying to give you an example of using an object that's
Mm-hmm.
to portray my feelings. They're doing a dance theater. So using that one, because it is just about libation. When I talk about libation like we point libation that for the cleanness, pay homage to the ancestors, like giving you that the momentum, that the energy for you to become a real man in life. So that the meaning of the libation. So most times, if I'm doing that kind of a dance, I use this. I have the water, just to sprinkle, but not to pour. Sprinkle with a dance movement, with a movement of something of that nature. So, just to use it like kind of just to pursue what I'm doing. So, because, as an African, when I perform to your African audience, you need to bring them to the storyline, let them understand. So, let them understand, what I'm trying to do. So, that kind of a thing. And most times, if I'm doing other dance too, that has to be with a kind of a modern dance. Like I use piece of a cloth, like a red, like a blue, like a white, all that kind of a things, just to portray the character of what I'm playing. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Nice.
that's it.
That's really interesting. Cool. All right. One of my questions is that how many pieces have you made so far? Do you count how many dances you make, or is it by moves that you go, or is it by how many times you have performed that particular piece? Do you count them?
I have series kind of dances I've done. Series. Because most I do most of teaching than performing these days. You know, teaching because I have a lot of kids, students who want to learn about dance style, who are interested in doing something new, and I take them through the journey of different kind of dance style, most especially dance theater. You know, freedom. You have to create a whole freedom to use whatever thing you want to use. That to portray the character or something like that. So, um, the, those pieces I think I have like uh, like 5 pieces, five.
5 pieces.
Yes, five. Let's just say five, or more than that, but five. Let's just say five. You know, to say.
Yeah, I'm sure
Yeah,
it's way more than that for 50 years of practice, for sure.
not 50, not 50 years. I didn't say
How
50
many years?
years. I didn't say 50 years. I'm talking about 15 years, not 50.
15.
Yeah, 15 years, not
Sorry,
50.
I didn't hear properly.
I'm still young. I'm not old.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, I'm like, you started 11 years old and you'll be like, are you 60 right now?
No, 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 no. No, like I started that, you know, through my day because during that time I learned so fast because I want to learn. I'm eager to learn because, like, you know, it's my passion. Dance just
Yeah.
like more than passion to me because most times I want to do that. I want to dance. I want to do this. You know, if I see something online or maybe my senior in the dance school where I learned like doing something, I want to learn that thing because like whoa, because I like challenges. I like
Mhm.
fascinating things, most especially you know when it's come to dance. Maybe doing different type of a dance, it really you know trigger my interest for me to learn more because that I felt I could be able to do this as well. Why not? I can do this, you know. During that time of my age, I started that time and
Mhm.
then doing that, then like I think that's just how you know, it has been for me. So, and it's really helping.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great,
So
great.
so
Sorry,
so 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 it's not like 50 years, like 15 years, 15.
15 years.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't hear it properly. Well, that's great. That's great. Um, would you like to collaborate with other artists in any other disciplines or other dancers?
Sure, sure, yeah. For instance, for instance, I would love to collaborate with um with painters. That's with visual artists. Then
Okay.
with you know scientists to say. Then with that's with the technicians, you know. So because I have something on my mind, for example, you know, when we have different kind of a painting in a let me say in a hall, then you need to portray that give life to what is being drawn.
Hmm.
So um so, so hello, excuse me,
Yeah,
Sarah.
I'm here. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm listening to you.
so can you give me 1 minute? I have to change the power. There's light. There's
Sure.
electricity. Just one
Okay, go
minute.
ahead. Go ahead. But you told me that they are out of power. They have no electricity at the moment, so this is the generator.
Hi.
Hi.
Yes. Yes. Sorry, I'm back. I have to change the power.
Yeah.
There's a yeah. The electricity is back, so I'm using the power plant. So I
Okay,
just have
great.
yeah. So you know here in Africa, so we have challenges of electricity, so we don't give it 24 hours.
Yeah.
So that just do it. So, as I was saying, according to your questions, I would like to, you know, collaborate with painters.
Mm-hmm.
Then like giving life to what is being drawn, then collaborate with the scientists, like trying to like create something, like you need to like work with the technicians, like different kind of using a bulb, like different kind of colors, just to do something extraordinary. So definitely it has been on my mind to do
Mm-hmm.
that, to collaborate with other people that with people from other disciplinary areas, and also at the same time to collaborate with other dance artists.
Mm-hmm.
So I like Tai Chi. Tai Chi, there
Tai
is
Chi.
the yeah, I like it. I really like it. Then like maybe learning that to inculcate things into dance too as well, just to like brainstorm, learn new things, collaborate together, and be good with each other. So yeah, I really love to.
That's interesting. So what is it about Tai Chi that you like so much? You think you can incorporate it into dance moves?
Yeah, because Tai Chi is like one of the Chinese karate, I guess. I'm not really so much good in that because I saw it. I think I like the way it is though, like they're doing the dance move, and it's I think it's nice. It's a very nice what I would say, I think a kind of a martial arts that's
Mm-hmm.
from that from China, that from the Chinese people.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I would love to learn that too if I have the chance because I like it. So I just made mention about it because I think it's dance because it has a movement to it as well.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So
That's what I was envisioning when you mentioned it. I'm like, oh, that would be interesting, just incorporating very slow moves with very dramatic and fast moves. That
yes,
would be
yeah,
interesting.
of course, yeah, you got it. Yeah, you got it. Yeah.
Cool. All right. Um, are you working on anything at the moment? Any pieces?
Um, because of the COVID-19, a
Mhm.
lot of things I want to do, um, you know, really destabilize my activities, and so because where I am is not really a big space for me to do. I mean, for me to practice my dance. So
Mhm.
having some challenges, school where I'm using for my dance, rehearsals, school,
Mhm.
has been closed right now. So I was really working on something before this time, so like, a kind of a street performance
Mhm.
whereby, yes, taking the dance away from the main stage, taking down on the streets because people here, Nigerians, we are like we are social people, right? And we love art. We like art, but we don't have this kind of funding to it. Our
Mhm.
government are not really looking into that aspect for us. But once you don't let people understand, let them to feel, let them to see
Mhm.
dance as an art, as a kind of that the dance artists are well respected people, like they're like people who are like they care for the people. So because
Mhm.
of what I do as a dance theater, as an artist, as a dance artist, then using my dance theater to create an awareness to people, to change their
Mhm.
mindsets, maybe towards our governments, then towards so
Mhm.
many things about life. So that's kind of one of the things that I want to start working on. I've already had it in plan to do it all alone by myself. Just
Mhm.
maybe just to use my phone, just to do the thing I have to do. Maybe then share with people, then for people to see and understand. What I'm trying to, um, create. So,
Mhm.
so I was working on something before. So before the COVID-19, era, and I wish I was really destabilized my activities for now. So I will just say the thing is still on hold for now, but
Mhm.
hoping and praying maybe by the time everything is over, then I start it again because I have the belief that the COVID-19 is not going to stay with us forever. It will come and
That's
it will
good.
go. Then so then we can have our life back and continue with our activities. Yeah.
That's right. But like, I hope that you still do your routine kind of everyday dance
Yeah,
at home.
yeah, yeah, every day because sports people, footballers, that is footballers and dance artists, we are the same.
You
You
are.
wake up and you wake up early in the morning, you have to do it. Even though if you are sick, you need to do
Mm.
it because you know, like here, like my belief does that if you leave dance in a day, you leave it for like 2 years. So that if you don't dance for 2 years, how would you feel?
Mhm.
Yeah, so that's just my
Um,
own belief. So I feel that you wake up early in the morning, even though if you don't want to do much, but you do the most part of it. Your routine, your dance routine, you have to create a space. I put all my shares aside, make use of my space, and do whatever I have to do in my in my room.
Great.
So yeah, so I have to do. It's a must for me to do. So either I leave. So far I'm still on edge. Yes, I have to do it. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Great. I'm glad to hear that.
yeah.
That's awesome. So, let's see, what is your perspective generally on art and creativity?
Sorry, sorry again. Come again. I didn't get that.
What is your perspective on art and creativity?
Well, I would say it is about you know having it in different ways. My perspective to that, has to do with me understanding what I want to do, the kind of understanding the art and
Mhm.
the creativity. Art is
Mhm.
life. Art is life. Everything we have in this world is art. The chairs,
Mhm.
the table, the curtains, because it's being planned, it's being drawn. Then the creativity part
Mhm.
of it is a kind of, you trying to be creative for it to bring those kind of things to life. So my perspective to that is very so deep. So I wouldn't, so like me giving a kind of a straight answer to that is going to be in dynamics, in different parts. So
Yeah.
my perspective to that is so strong because I felt because if art is not really alive, if not really
Mhm.
if not really alive, the creativity will not come. It's just like maybe negative and positive kind of a thing. So because this is the creativity, this is the art. So then you create, then you bring art to life. So art is life. So then why the creativity is the kind of we, the humans that live, that bring out is something that thing what we visualize, then we bring it to life. So
Mhm.
so that's my own perspective. I don't know maybe if I get your question correctly.
No, but that's your perspective.
Yeah. So
I think that's another part of creativity is just having everyone having their own opinion. That's also part of creativity. So
yeah, yes,
there,
definitely.
there is no wrong or right answer. There are just many different answers.
Yeah, yeah, of course. Yeah.
So, what are your recommendations for those people who want to just want to start dancing and haven't been dancing before?
Yeah. Well, my own recommendation is going to be different because I think my style is different. So other people, the way I learn dance is different. So I would recommend because here in Nigeria, I felt that you need to learn you need to learn your roots, your African
Mhm.
dance. It's very so important because African dance we tune all parts of your body. You listening to the tone of the rhythms, being playing with bare hands, then also at the same time, taking you through the journey of different kind of a dance style. Because here, for example, that's in my country,
Mhm.
my own culture is so diverse. It's so diverse whereby you need to learn different kind of dance. We have like over millions of cultures here, and so I'm a culture and tradition just to say. So then we had for where I come from. I'm from the Yoruba part of the country. Then our culture is so vast. We have like that's where I come from. We have like about 20 different kind of dances. Then in
Mhm.
the east, you have so many different kind of dances. In the north, you have different kind of dances too as well. So when you learn
Okay.
different kind of dances, it will first of all, it will change your mindset. It will get your body, it will get your mind ready. So sorry about that. It will get your mind ready about dance. Also at the same time, it will give you the momentum of you to understand, okay, now when you want to do that style of dance, it will be very, very easy for you to do. Because of what? Because you've learned through series, in fact, through series kind of the dance. It has two more parts of the body. So now the recommendation whereby, so that's the reason why I said my own recommendation is going to be different. Like I was just like, like in the Western world, like when like a kid want to learn dance, take it to a ballet class, start having a ballet class right from the tender age, maximum from the 3 years like that. So here it is different. So like you don't have that kind of facilities here. So we started from that kind of dance because that is our roots. So I recommend that. Okay, now then now come to the reality. My recommendation will be like you start your dance, you make sure that you are ready. That kind of you like okay, that this is exactly what you want to do. Then you get your mind ready to do it and to be serious about it. First, it has to come with passion. If you don't have passion about dance, it will just be as that maybe you're just going there just to while away your time, and there's no time in this world, to waste. So,
Right.
so you think about it, dance, you want to do it, then you start from. It now depends the cultural aspect. Maybe people from other parts of the world, like me now, like I just told you a story about myself. I started from my roots, from my African dance, that from a Nigerian style of dance. So then, to then learning contemporary dance. So I recommend that you get your mind ready. If exactly what you want to do, then you take your class seriously. Then from that, then you go to your classes. It could be maybe 3 times in a day: Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or maybe Saturday included or something like that. Then you have to like work more yourself. So you just have to be ready. So you get ready, you learn. If you go to classes, you take a class, and at the same time, the dancers to themselves should be able to like work more on their body, more especially on their feet, just to say, and then watch more videos, watch the history of dance, how that's coming to life. Need to learn different kind of dances, but have to be major in one. So I will recommend that they have to be focused and get ready to dance. So because dance is life. So that's just what I have to say to that. So I will
Right.
recommend. So I will recommend that they choose what they want to do. So like then after that, then they take the classes so seriously. So because just like footballer, so like footballer, for instance, like you don't have to kick the ball. You need to understand that the philosophy of football. So I would say that they need to understand the philosophy of dance as well. Yeah.
Great. That was a good recommendation for sure. You mentioned something about the different dancers in different areas in your country, and that
Yes.
like they have 20 different kinds in each area.
Yes.
A question came to my mind that is dance traditionally one of the I don't know, one of the main arts of Nigeria? Would you say that?
No, no, that's not one of the major arts. Dance is just one of dance is just one of the thing, one of the arts. So because we have diverse arts, we have crafts, we have painting, we have so many things, so many kind of arts. We have sculptures. So then so many arts. Like I don't know, maybe you're versatile about Nigeria. That the Benin art. The Benin art is one of the well-known arts. The Ile-Ife Osun State, so that they do batik, tie and dye. Then Abeokuta too, they have that too as well. Then somewhere around north, they do clay pot. So like I think we are diverse in the arts. We are diverse in arts here. So dance is just, let's say, one of the recognized arts in Nigeria. So
Oh,
it's been recognized all over the world. If I you know much about Nigeria. If you like, what I don't know, maybe you know much about Nigeria. Did you used to watch? I don't know. Do you watch videos like our like one of the musical videos about artists who sing? You know, Nigerian creates one of the that's Afro infusion style of a dance, like shaku shaku, like all that kind of dance. So like the modern dance, just to say. So I think because the media uses more of the musical artists, then you have the dancer behind them creating different kind of a dance style. So using that Afrofusion dance. So from there, so I think that's really say more about about Nigeria, about arts and about African arts, just to say to that as well. But when it comes to the professional parts, I would say it is recognized too. It's recognized because we have a lot of guys who have been there, who have been in other country, who have the Western world, who have traveled to other parts of Europe country, just to that's to acquire the knowledge of dance and to teach dance. So I would say dance is one of the recognized dance. I'm sorry, one of the recognized arts in Nigeria to say. Yeah.
So I assume Nigerians must be very happy people generally.
Yeah, because we are social people. Well, I wouldn't say because we are like that. I think it's just
Okay.
about it's about we feel that things gonna be better, even though we are living in a country where we find it so hard to live. Then we felt things gonna be fine. We just have that philosophy thoughts like everything's gonna be fine because things will never go on forever.
That's
So
true.
yeah, so
That's
that's
a
it.
great mentality to have. That's good.
Yeah.
So, Wasiu, tell me please, who were you most inspired by for yourself or your dance?
I'm inspired by God.
By God?
Yeah, that the creator, the Almighty God. Um, I'm inspired by so many people. I'm inspired by because sometimes when I see people that okay, let me just when I watch YouTube,
Mhm.
I love the way I love the energy input.
Mhm.
I love yeah, the energy input in dance. That
Mhm.
really was like really like motivates me a lot. But like I'm just trying to tell you before I started dancing, I was like, wow, human body using as half like you bend, you jump, you roll on the floor. Like this is awesome. So I think I'm really inspired by that. I'm really motivated by that to like this is exactly what I want to do because I felt you know it's just life to me. So I'm inspired by seeing other people dancing, and
Mhm.
then I give the thought that to myself that I'm going to make these things, and because I'm going to do this thing and make it a kind of the things that I'm going to enjoy with. Because if you don't enjoy what you're doing, it will be as if that maybe someone is forcing you to do it. So the joy have to come from within, then it has to come from your mind. That's to do it. So you by seeing people. So people need to inspire you. So some people they have a mentor whereby you talk to them, that they look up to them, that the mentor look like kind of a guidance to them, like a guiding angel, telling them, okay, you do this, and that really helps a lot. I don't really have a guiding, a mentor like that, but I
Mhm.
have some people around me. You're like, who just say some things, but that may not really meant to be like things that have to do with my dance, but the philosophy part of it, the psychological part of it, the phenomena, that things that you need to just pick out from what they said that going to make it to become better. So
Mhm.
like that, I like this man. Hakachan, Akram Khan. I don't know if I get the name correctly. Hakram,
Akasham?
yes, you know him very well.
No, I haven't heard of him.
Hakram Khan, Akram Khan. Akram Khan,
Akram Khan. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
England?
He's from London. I know. He's from London, but his background is from Bangladesh. His
Okay.
background is Bangladesh, but he was born and brought up there in London. Yeah, he's one of
Okay.
the very renowned best dancer there in Britain. Very good. So I
Mm-hmm.
love his style. Most time I listen to his messages. Sometimes that's to teachings online, and he's just one of the dance artists. I mean, one of the choreographer that I watch most times. There also same time I love this man from United States. What's his name called? Forgotten his name. It's a kind of a dance theater something else. If I remember his name, I'll tell you. So I'm
Okay.
inspired. So I'm inspired by all these people. At least
Mm-hmm.
I listen to their. I mean, I read their biography, what they went
Mm-hmm.
through, all things like that. So what
Mm-hmm.
they become in life and things like that. So I felt that wow, had it been maybe I'm in a system where I could be able to achieve all this kind of thing that the people that I watch, that I listen to, that I watch online to, have achieved, I really love it so much. Sometimes when you're working in an environment where you find it so challenging because where we don't have the
Mm-hmm.
institution here that's in this part of the world, we are lacking. We don't have facilities. We don't have a studio. The studio is not really many. Just like maybe one person having a studio, and that person could use the studio for the gym, for
Mm-hmm.
maybe aerobics or something like that, but not particularly for dance. So all these kind of things really like sometimes when I look at it, it really make me sad because there are a lot of people, a lot of kids who want to dance. Even though in my area where I live, sometimes whenever I'm doing a dance or maybe I'm just trying to do some exercise, I see all the kids will come to me. All of them will come to me. If I ask them, do you have interest in what I'm doing? They say yes, that they would love to do it. So I found out that it's not even only where I live. Around so many people, even though in the school where I
Mm-hmm.
used to teach, all the
Right.
a girl has walked up to me. A girl, she walks up to me, telling me that she wants to become a dance artist. That she wants to become a dance. If there's any school around that I
Mm-hmm.
can discuss with her mom, I felt so bad, because we don't have any institution,
Mm-hmm.
just like the Western world, just like the Europe, like that. No, we don't have it here. Do what we have here is like maybe like people um who used to take like the other because our mentality to dance here it is different. We feel that a child need to go to school, learn, become maybe after that, become a
Doctor.
banker, a doctor, a lawyer, something like that, a scientist, or something of that nature. They feel that dance is just like, why do you want to dance? Dance is just like you wasting your time. But they forget it, that the fact that dance, it's just like you trying to like giving more life to your own life. So they don't
Right.
understand that. So all this kind of thing. So sometimes it really make me to depress. Like I'm really so sad. But after some time, I felt good because I feel I could still do more. I can do more and change the world and change the perspective of the parents, change the perspective of the people with my performances, with
Mm-hmm.
my never die attitude. So like me inspire myself to do more. So because some people have inspired me, all the people I've been mentioned about, they don't even know that they inspire me, but because they are there, they are
Mm-hmm.
consistent. So they are consistent. So make them to be that. So me to have to be consistent because I don't know who is watching me. Who
Mm-hmm.
maybe I'm inspiring other people I don't really know. So that
Right.
my consistency too. So that is just the reason why most time I post something online. Some people that they make comment about it. They ask me questions about how long I've been dancing, just like the way you've been
Mm-hmm.
the way you've been interviewing me now. But it's not
Yeah.
on video, but most especially on chats, sometime
Mm-hmm.
on calls, something of that
Mm-hmm.
nature like that. So they ask me like, like Even though they even ask me if I'm rich, like if I have money, I, I told them that, rich is just a mentality. The richness is on your mind.
Yes,
How rich,
exactly.
how rich do you want to become? If you have a
Okay.
lot of money, like it's gonna be useless because when you die, 6 feet, the money can be buried with you. The money is gone. The money is going to be to your family to spend. So why not just live a life, do whatever thing that's going to do things that are going to make you happy. If you want to be a
Exactly.
dance artist, do it and let people see you that wow, this guy is good, or
Yes.
this girl is good.
Yes.
So I've been inspired by God because the creator, then by people that the people I may mention about, and so that just is.
That's great. No, it was a very inspiring talk that you just gave. I feel more inspired now. You know,
Yeah.
I know, in countries like Nigeria, and I have lived in a place that wasn't really well developed either. For about 5 years, we had times that power would go out, like the electricity was on a schedule. There's only a couple hours that a day that we get electricity. And I have literally sat down and painted for hours in a cold and dark room. So I
Wow.
understand. I understand that it's not easy, but one thing that I noticed is that you get more connected with nature that way. It might sound weird, but it's true. The less we are um, engaged with all this technology, sometimes gives us more time to actually get connected with nature. And as you said, you do empower yourself, so you do rely a lot on your own self-empowerment and self-motivation. If you
Yes.
don't come to that mentality, you probably won't go out and watch a YouTube video of somebody dancing in London or in US. What's the point for you? So I really received your energy, even though even though we're far away, and this is
Yeah.
just over the internet. It was great. Thank you very much for sharing that.
Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome.
So here's my next question to you, Asim. Um, if you could change anything about yourself, what would that be?
Oh, this is a tough question. Ah, think about myself. Uh, maybe sorry. Okay, it's going to be it's going to be um I think lifestyle.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm not the type that just go to party. I don't party and I don't drink. So I felt I have to be natural, and it would be
That's weird to
like,
hear from a dancer.
yeah, yeah. I
You
that
should be
will,
at the party. You should
uh,
run the party.
you see, maybe because the way I was brought up, I spent most time with my mom. My mom would tell me, she used to talk to me like, come, the things you need to do in life. So I learned so much things from my mom. She's still alive. So I went to see her yesterday because she called me. I have to go and see her because just for me to see her well-being. So most time when I was with her, she told me so many things about life. She gave me an instance. I have to choose which one do I want. Do I want to do this? If I want to do it, it's my life, but I have to do it my sense. So I
Mhm.
felt maybe I don't need it. I felt I don't really need it because if I go there, what is the gain? Though I can just go there and meet some friend party, but it looks I'm not used to it just to say. So just go there to party and let people to dance. Okay, but if I go to the party now to dance, am what am I trying to do? Am I trying to tell the people that hi, I'm a dancer or like what? Or like all this kind of thought really comes to my mind. So in that aspect, and sometimes I maybe because of my nature, I don't really like party like that too much, like party, but maybe if I'm invited, to a friend's wedding, to a birthday party, if I think there's for me to go, why not? I have to go, just spend some time and see how everything is. But I'm not trying to tell you that maybe I'm bored, that maybe I'm a boring person. No, I'm not a boring person. I'm a very social life person because I like, if my friends, they know me. Whenever we are together, like, this guy, you know, like, I like meeting people, jovial, like, jovial around, something like that. So maybe that part, that kind of things, I would just say, is not really part of my life. But that, I would like to be in that now. Being on that side now, that my lifestyle. I would like to be that kind of person who would love to go to party, you know, meet people, share ideas, you know, like that, like listen to music, you know, dance away your sorrow, be good, go home, take a bath, sleep, you know, wake up fresh, you know, you know. But I think I would love to bring that. So that would be the kind of lifestyle I love to do. But presently, I'm not into that. But if I'm invited, so that's how I would like trying to differentiate it. If I'm invited to a birthday party, to a wedding, but not to a huge one, not to like, maybe let's just go on clubbing, for instance. I don't really like such. I don't like such. Yeah. So
Yeah,
that's
there's not
what.
much to do there.
Yeah, yeah.
Great. So if you could have a superpower, what would that be?
Wow, superpower. I have to change the word. Remove all the borders. The borders, that the demarcation. Remove everything. Everything has to be normal. Visit the country, you know, have the power. I will change the people's mindsets, remove the criminality idea, the criminality things in the mind. I will remove it, use my heart to put it in the dungeon, then make everybody see everybody as family, remove all the borders, the demarcators. Then, if I have the power, that's the power. That's what I'm going to do. I will change the mindset of the politicians. Our politicians all over the world turn their mind, you know, with my charm for them to do good, you know, give like 24 hours power supply to people, you know, like we live in a world of happiness, in a world of peace, in a world of love, and yes, in a world of happiness like that. So that's what I'm going to do. Superman, Superman.
That's a good superpower to have, I think. You know, our last guest, the one that I had on Wednesday, actually, she said, she had a good answer. She said, "Don't we already have that?" I thought making art was a superpower. I'm like, yes, yeah. Thanks for admitting it.
Yeah. But I think that's my own superpower because people need to live happily with themselves. We don't have to have grudges. We don't have to be enemy. But if I have the power, that's what I'm going to do. That's my own kind of point of view. So we shouldn't supposed to live in a hatred manners. Like you are white and black, you are brown, you are blue, you are red. You are from Africa, I'm from a European country, I'm a continent, you're from Asia. No. We are human beings. For the sake of the humanity,
Exactly.
yes,
Yeah.
so we have to live together as one. As one. So
Yeah, I also strongly believe in that. I don't even like to talk too much about my own background, my own cultural background, because I always think that, you know, it's all about humanity. It's not about who's good in this or good at that, or, you know, or trying to make superiority over others. We are all human beings. And
yeah,
so what's wrong with just acknowledging that and learning the good from everyone? It doesn't have to be black or white, you know.
never.
Everyone has something good, and we
Yes,
have to learn that from each other and try to spread that more than trying
exactly.
to create more conflicts or isolation, because the more we spend our energy and our time trying to figure out, you know, all these differences, it's just creates more isolation. It's not helping us with unity at all.
Wow, yeah, it is. Yeah, it's not happening. Yeah, I feel it too.
Mm. I think we had a great talk. Oh, we have only few minutes left. Well, not few minutes, 23 seconds. Um,
Oh
I'm just,
wow.
yeah, I will reconnect with you and then we'll finish our talk, okay?
No problem about that.
Okay.
Just give me a few seconds, okay?